All right, and here we go. Well, first off, I want to thank you for investing a few minutes of your time here with us today. Now, you just opted into a lead capture page where I shared with you a story about how I was able to, after a 1-hour phone call one night, learn some things that, quite honestly, completely transformed my thinking about marketing online. And the following 2 weeks, no joke, I went from spending my rent money to get involved with this deal to doing $16,000 in sales with over $8,000 in commissions. And versus just sharing the story with you, what I wanted to do was actually introduce you to the guy that I was on the phone with that night who walked me through what I needed to walk through to get me to the other side. And with that, I'd like to go ahead and introduce to you my mentor and great friend, Val Smith. Val, how's it going
Rex,
today?
thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And it's an honor to get to work with you again, man. After all these years, we had a break, and now here we are back together again, and I'm really excited to work with you and a lot of other great leaders that are coming to the table. What I'd really like to know, I've watched you under a magnifying glass over the last 8 years since we last worked together. My question to you is now, with this whole new concept, in this time and space in 2014 where we are today, how does the Legends Network really fit into this industry, knowing that we're doing something that's never been done before in the history of marketing, amalgamating all the superstars of the industry under one umbrella and taking it out to the world? Really, what is your gut feeling? How do you truly feel about that whole conceptual idea of one global mentorship under one umbrella and performing the magic that all you wonderful leaders can do for the people out there that have never had this opportunity before?
Well, one of the biggest challenges that I've faced over the years is getting accurate information. There's a lot of training and a lot of knowledge out there, we'll call it, that people are sharing, but it's I'll tell you what I'm doing, but as far as being shown what to do, that's not there in most training programs. And that's the one thing that I've taken from this immediately. Just give you an example, the interview with Jeff Mills. I mean, the information that Jeff shared in that, or I should say that he shares in the training inside the Legends Network. I mean, he's telling people his exact strategy for going out and taking, some advertising dollars on Facebook and turning that into a whopping amount of affiliate commissions, and these are the type of things that excite me, because these are the type of things that people are going to be able to learn to get into cash flow. That's one of the biggest challenges people face, is getting into cash flow. They want the signups, they want the sales, they want these things to happen within their business, but they're just not getting access to people that are willing to be honest with them. And that's the one thing Legends Network brings to the table. It's honesty. It's like, look, you want to know how to do this? Here it is. We're going to show it to you right here, right now, in real time, so you can go out here and do this yourself. People need that. That's something that this industry, just doesn't have. I've been involved in a lot of different training programs over the years, and this brings people something that when they go away from a training, that they can take with them and apply to their business immediately and get results with that.
How does this fit in with your personal lifestyle? You're a trainer, you're a coach, you're a mentor, you've got your own systems, you've got your own methodologies, you've evolved as a human being, you've evolved as a technician in the industry. Does this take away from just branding yourself? I mean, do you think it's a threat to somebody like yourself or other leaders to come in here and offer their good time and come in here and showcase their gifts and talents? Does this take away from anything you're doing, or does it enhance you as a spokesperson of this industry to even be affiliated with the legendsnetwork.com? Because, Rex, you know what? You just didn't do the interview, brother. You came in here and you saw the picture, you took a position, and now you're building a micro-empire right now as we speak. You've got a lot of action because of all the value added you offer on top of our affiliation together, but you're offering some of the incredible components that you've been offering prior to Legends. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, it's certainly it's not going to take away from anything. As a matter of fact, it doesn't really matter what business anybody is building. The information there is going to help you. It doesn't matter whether you're doing MLM or whether you're doing affiliate sales. Quite honestly, it's going to make my life easier, because I mean, yes, I do a lot of training and I do a lot of coaching, but at the same point in time, I don't have to absorb all the knowledge. I can share with people, look, there's knowledge you need. Boom, go listen to this interview with Jeff Mills. Go listen to this interview with Darren Little, and you'll get that information right there. Honestly, it makes my life easier. That's the beautiful thing about the whole thing, especially for people out there that are working and coaching and mentoring and would like to be able to connect people with more. Well, the more is there, and all you've got to do is plug people into it. I mean, that's huge. Big time saver, and the education in itself. I mean, that's only going to be able to take the people that are listening to this to a level where, like with, I believe it's Greg Gomez, for example, where they can not only absorb the knowledge, but also practice and gain the experience so they can go out and they can make $500 an hour or $1,000 for a phone call, or make even more money as a consultant for a company because they're going to have access to the information from people that are already doing it. So it's a win-win all the way around.
And what do you think about our philosophy? You hear me talk about this all the time for years. Life is an inside job. It's not what you know, it's who you know. And we as practitioners should be coming together, I believe. And what do you think, though, for the average person? Really getting exposed to this type of information, not only information, but developing the contacts and being able to say, well, hey, I work with Rex Harris, I work with Greg Gomez, I work with, Dr. Stan Harris, I work with, Janet Legere, I work with Craig Caron. I mean, how important is that for their, appearance in the industry and their influence as they journey through each stepping stone in the home-based business industry?
It's vital, and I could speak to that from practical experience over the last year, because I've had the opportunity to travel to multiple networking events across the last year, and finally get to meet my mentor Darren Little face-to-face, hang out with him, have lunch, which was phenomenal, just life-changing type of thing. I've met with multiple leaders in this industry and have learned incredible things from them that I have not been able to learn before. So, I mean, and you and I both know that, like you had said, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And when you can have a conversation with people and share with them that you're not only connected with these people, through a platform, but at the same point in time, you have access to these people. I mean, for example, I've got Jeff Mills on my Skype, so when I've got a question, I can ask Jeff a question, and boom, there's my answer. This guy's a multimillionaire right there that I can ask, and not to try to toot my own horn, but, I'm the same way. I've got a Skype running all the time. I got Facebook running all the time. I'm accessible. You're accessible. A lot of the people that we are bringing to the table here, Darren Little, these are people who are accessible, and quite honestly, it's like I stated in my last video, we're extending the olive branch, and you have one choice that you can make right now to reach out, grab that olive branch, and never let go. And when you do that, you're going to see something happen in your life and in your business so amazing. It's gonna boggle your mind, quite honestly, because it did mine at first. It was like, wow, I can't even hardly believe that these people care enough to offer this type of thing to me. Just like that night you and I had that conversation, 8 years ago. Here you are, here I am. And, I'm at one place in life, you're at another place in life, you spend an hour with me, and lo and behold, my financial situation turned around like this, just because of information that you shared with me that night that I went out and applied immediately. So, the connections here are priceless, and that even ties into what I just said a few minutes ago, as far as, what you know and who you know in terms of consulting and stuff like that, because if you're connected with these people and you're offering consulting services and you are asked a question that you don't know the answer to, you've got an archive and an army of people that you can turn to get those answers. So the value is you can't even put a price tag on it.
And that's the beautiful thing. Even you as a leader, and here we are in 2014, you could get away with it before, but like I say on the conference calls, like I say in the trainings, if an individual is following one dogma, one person, they're making a grave mistake in this industry. And you're absolutely correct. That's why to have a research tablet like the legendsnetwork.com, you can pick up different ideas. Jeff's Facebook training might have been different from yours and Darren's, and everyone's got their own secret sauce kind of behind the scenes, what it is they're doing. Some people a little bit more in depth, some people may not be. And just in whole, let's talk about you now. Here you and I are working together in the Legends Network. How's it working out for you so far? You kind of came in, did the interview. I didn't hear from you for a couple of weeks, and then all of a sudden you tapped me on the shoulder and you said, Val, now's the time. What did you mean by that?
You know, the reason I'm here is because of you. We both know that. Okay, if the Legends Network was not you, I don't know that I would be part of it, I'll be honest with you. But what appealed to me more than anything in all of this was the heart that I saw going into this. Your heart, hearing the heart of those people that were out there sharing this information, knowing, you know, some of the people that you put in here and the heart that they bring to the industry. You know, a wise man once told me that people don't care how much you know until you know how much they care, or people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And I know that you care because of the time that I've spent with you over the years. I know Darren Little cares because of the time I've spent with him. I know Jeff Mills cares because of the time he's been willing to spend with me, you know, sharing some of his Facebook strategies personally with me via Facebook. And that's what really appealed to me, because people need a place that they can go right now where someone legitimately cares about their success and legitimately cares about providing with them, or providing for them, the service that they need that's going to empower them to become one of those people who also cares, you know? I mean, that's really what it boils down to me, you know, is the heart. It's the relationships that have been formed over the years, you know, and that's the power of this. The power of this is the fact that there are people here that legitimately care about the success of every person watching this video right now.
So when we take a look at the program, Rex Harris joins forces with the Legends Network. Is the price right? Is the compensation plan right? We know the product is absolutely beyond sensational. And how do you feel about the perks and incentives for top leaders to come in and rise to the challenge that I put out there for the industry to step up to the plate and see if they got what it takes to come and collect?
With the price point that it's at right now for people to get involved, you've created something that for the most part is affordable for everyone. Quite honestly, it's not hard to get involved, and it's something that will on a monthly basis not tax your wallet at all. Okay, so the beautiful thing about that is you're not going to have to sweat coming up with a substantial amount of money every month to pay for, you know, an auto ship, so to speak. But at the same point in time, it's also a great way to attract people who are players in the game, because let's face it, filling the matrix and $1 million check, that's sexy. An exotic sports car fully paid for, dropped off in your driveway, that's sexy. I mean, I don't know if you've seen my Facebook header right now, but I've already found the Ferrari I want, and it's up there, and I'm visualizing that, and I'm believing I've received it, and I'm going full throttle after that $1 million, you know. And this is the cool thing about that. This is for people who may be brand new to internet marketing with no experience and are just smart enough to realize that there are people here they can connect with now, grab hold and never let go, and save years of time, struggle, and heartache figuring this thing out on their own. But at the other end of this, the incentives, the $1 million cash bonus for the go-getters, and, you know, the Ferraris and stuff like that. I mean, it's a compensation plan and a package that, quite honestly, is going to be attractive to people from all levels of experience, you know, regardless of whether they're brand new or they've been doing this for 15 years. I mean, who's not going to get excited over $1 million cash bonus, you know?
And the beautiful thing is we're paying it up front too. We're not doing the typical MLM. We spread it out over 48 months and then somehow hold back on it for compliance issues and take advantage of the leaders, right? So you get it up front. The car's fully paid for, no lease, and I just really love the challenge though of the whole building concept itself. That's one of the things that most leaders aren't really conscious about in their teachings. They talk about making money, but now they can physically come in here and demonstrate for X amount of dollars per month, which is chicken feed from my point of view. They can literally show people how to build a legitimate home-based business now. How to build, not just about money, not about hype, smoke, and mirrors, but legitimately build. So Rex, just kind of in closing here, I mean, if somebody were looking at this for the first time, what would be the best advice you could give them? Do they need to think about it? Do they need to take 3-4 weeks out? Do they need to get their mentors and teachers to come and evaluate it first to protect them from, from any evils or, really, what would you tell the brand new person in closing what they should be looking at, or where their mindset should be at in evaluating and assessing what's going on here? What would you direct them to get more information outside of this lead capture page and funnel system that we're creating right now? What are we doing every day to bring it to live events and make it happen for an evaluation?
I wouldn't direct them anywhere else except for the button right beneath this video and tell you to join right now. And I know that's bold, but let me explain to you why I'm telling you that, okay? The guy I'm speaking with today, his name is Val Smyth. I spent an hour with him on the phone one night. Long story short, turned my business life around. I made $16,000 in sales in 2 weeks with over $8,000 in commissions. The other guy, who's my mentor, Darren Little, has a training in here. Last year, I followed his advice, launched a marketing system that did $60,000 in sales in 90 days. Okay? You can look and you can search and you can do everything you want. You can Google my name, Val's name, Darren's name. You can ask whoever you want. But that's not going to really impact anything, quite honestly, because that just means that for whatever reason, you're not so much uncertain about us. You're uncertain about you, and you're uncertain about your ability to make a decision right now. And if that's you, that's great. This isn't for you. But for those of you who get it, for those of you that are business-minded, for those of you that want to know how to take $30 in Facebook advertising dollars and turn that into $1,000 in a day, for those of you that want to know how to put 5, 10, 15, 20 people in your business every day, for those of you that want to know how to generate 50, 100, 150, 200, 500, 1,000 subscribers a day, and I'm not exaggerating, guys. These are the types of things we do. Click the button right now, join Legends Network, connect with us. You'll be directly associated with my team. You're going to have access to things that nobody else is going to provide for you. Everything that you need, we're going to show you in real time, live, screen sharing, where you can actually see what I do, what we all do, and how you can implement that into whatever it is that you want to promote. If you want to promote Legends Network, fantastic. If you want to promote another business opportunity, fantastic. If you want to do both, even better, because that's only going to bring you more revenue. And it's just like Val said, a lot of these people that go out there and they put their eggs in one basket, they find themselves, in a place where in many cases they feel unfulfilled. Get into this thing, listen to these people, and connect with the ones that resonate with you, because when you do that, what they teach is going to make sense, and you're going to get excited. You're going to go out there, you're going to use that strategy, and you're going to find out, wow, guess what? These guys really do know stuff, do know things that will get me the signups I'm looking for, will get me the subscribers I'm looking for, will get me connected, more importantly, to the right people who I can build long-lasting business relationships with and make a lot of money with them.
Fantastic, Rex. I really appreciate that. And I just want to thank you in an open public forum for stepping up to the plate and doing that interview with me, getting into the live octagon and hammering it out with me. That was absolutely a fantastic interview. But more importantly, I want to thank you for taking a risk and being a part of the Legends Network and putting your name behind this and getting out there and dropping the ball on some of the other things that you just realized the impact that this could have on the industry. And last but not least, I want to thank you for actually caring about all these people out there, man, and not asking for anything in return, and just coming as a team player and making this happen. I love you in spirit, and I love you as a person. And once again, thank you so much to you and your beautiful wife for doing that. I really appreciate that.
Well, right on, brother. I appreciate you too. We have a tremendous opportunity right now to share with people, real, practical applications that are going to get them results, bottom line. And what you and so many of these other leaders bring to the industry is a value that you can't put a price tag on. So for that, again, love you in spirit, dude. I mean, you and Darren and all these other guys in there. I mean, you guys, quite honestly, man, I was actually telling somebody like that last night. We talk about friends and mentors and stuff like that, but I mean, you guys are big brothers to me. That's really the way I see this, and that's what I want people to see with this. That this isn't just about getting into another deal. This isn't just about making money or getting application. This is about connecting with people that legitimately give a damn about your success. So get in with this. Get involved with us. Ask questions. You know, try us and see, because what you're going to find is, wow, I'm learning stuff I've never learned before. I mean, just the other day, I'll stop after this. One of the guys that joined with us, his name is Charles Early, never had an opt-in in his life. Got on board with Legends Network. We set him up with a capture page, showed him what to do with it, put him in some traffic, showed him where to get the traffic, and boom, he's got a list. Chuck Bass, wow, never had a list before, 42 subscribers in 48 hours. These guys are excited, and we can show you guys how to do the same thing. So, Val, God bless you, brother. Thank you so much for what you're doing here. And for those of you that are watching right now, welcome to the Legends Network. We'll see you on the other side.